Hello and welcome back to my channel and to today's video where we will be starting in my master bedroom working on a project that has been a year in the making, if you can believe it. I have been wanting to finish up this space for well over a year. I decorate my room for all the different seasons, but for some reason I have just not committed myself to this project, and now it's time. Behind my bed, if you've noticed in previous videos, I have this feature wall that my son-in-law helped me build back in March of 2024. He installed all the wood behind the bed. As you can see from this clip here, it used to be just a plain wall, the same color as all the other walls in the room, which is Agreeable Gray by Sherwin-Williams. I love the color, but I was just tired and bored of it. So he graciously came over one weekend and helped me install this, and I loved it. But it actually stayed like this for a very long time because I was too indecisive about what I wanted to paint it. Originally, I thought I was going to do a deeper color, something that would contrast against the Agreeable Gray, but with all the dark furniture in the room, I felt it was going to be too dark. So eventually, after a few months, I settled on a Benjamin Moore color called Swiss Coffee, and I love it. It was exactly the correct and right complementary color to the Agreeable Gray that's on all the walls. So one weekend, my husband and I got to it and we got to painting it, and we knocked this wall out within a matter of hours. Just finishing up painting this wall made all the difference in the room, but I still wasn't happy with it. I still had a vision of adding something to the top, and my heart was set on adding some wallpaper, but trying to find wallpaper that is A, affordable, and B, in my vision, what I was finding was quite the challenge. Until recently, I stumbled across some wallpaper from Home Depot, which fit exactly the vision which I had in my mind, and I'm so excited to share that with you. But the first things first, we needed to clean up the room, move all the furniture away from the wall so that I could get in behind and start installing the wallpaper above the bed. After the two of us moved the bed out, this bed is a beast to move, but we leveraged ourselves against the wall to push it out. Then we got behind it and we were able to vacuum and mop the floor. So a little bit of an added bonus to this project is by moving the bed, we got behind it to clean it, and knowing that when it goes back together, it's all clean. And here's the wallpaper that I've chosen. Again, it's from Home Depot, and it's a peel and stick wallpaper. I've never worked with this before, so this was going to be a real learning experience for me, and I will be sharing tips and tricks along the way that I learned as I went. And now I feel much more confident that if I wanted to install wallpaper somewhere else in the house, I think I could do it. What I love most about this paper is that the background color is almost an exact match to the Agreeable Gray and to the comforter, and then the pattern itself is perfectly matched to the Swiss Coffee color. So all in all, it was a great selection. Now, some of the things that you will need to do this project is a level and a straight edge, a pencil, of course, your tape measure and an X-Acto knife, and not shown here is also a wallpaper smoother scraper, if you will. The first thing I'm going to do is measure the width of my wallpaper. Now, even though it tells me on the packaging that it's 20.5 inches wide, I want to just verify because sometimes, they might round up and you may not get the exact measurement. And this is crucial to getting this first piece of paper up on the wall correctly. Next, I'm going to take that 20.5 inch marking and go from the corner out and just make a few marks, and then take my straight edge and make a line so that I can line up the edge of my paper with that line so that it goes up smoothly onto the wall. Take your time with this step. Make sure you get your measurements done correctly. Make sure you get that plumb line done so that you can get that first piece up. It will make the rest of the project go so much smoother. This is not easy. I found this first piece took me the longest. This whole project probably took me about 3.5 hours to do this wall. But in all honesty, this first piece probably took me about 45 minutes to do. But once it was up and straight and level, the rest of the pieces just fell into place. After establishing my straight edge, I took my first piece of wallpaper and did a dry fit to make sure that I had everything done correctly. I also left a couple of inches above and below the necessary length. This is another tip I have for you. Make sure that you have enough length so that you can trim off any excess paper. In hindsight, I think what I would have done on this first piece is, even though it says that it is 20.5 inches wide, I think I would have done less. I think I would have gone about 20 inches, because what I found was, even though I lined it up with my plumb edge, there was still a small gap in a bit of the corner of the wall. I would have preferred to have some overlap in that corner, so it would have been all completely covered. You can't notice it unless you're up very close. So having that narrower piece of paper would have meant that it would have gone right into that corner perfectly. Because let's remember, walls and ceilings are never as straight as you think they're going to be. My next tip for you, whether you're doing peel and stick wallpaper or any other type of wallpaper for that matter, if you are doing a full wall, I would suggest having another pair of hands available in case you need it. I'm lucky I'm only doing the top part of this wall, but I will tell you this was quite difficult, especially on this first piece of paper. I probably could have used an extra pair of hands because, as you will see coming up, I had peeled back too much of the paper. That's another tip. Don't peel it back too quickly. But I had peeled back too much of the backing, and what ended up happening here when I was trying to fit it in, it started to fold back on itself. And once it does that, it sticks to itself and there's no getting it unstuck. So this piece actually ended up being my trial piece, my throwaway piece, and there was just nothing I could do about it. So my tip is have extra hands available in case you need it. After getting over my frustration with the first piece and really wondering if this was a project I wanted to tackle, I got back at it and figured it out. Again, I would probably, for this first piece only, go from right to left into the corner. There were a few bubbles that were hard to get out, and here you can see I'm trying to smooth it best I can. The nice thing with peel and stick wallpaper is you can keep lifting it and trying to get out those air bubbles. So it's not terribly difficult to do, but you can manipulate them a bit better. But once that first piece was up and it was level, the next pieces just went up so much easier. The hardest part was really finding your pattern and getting it all lined up. And here's a look at how the paper looks up on the wall. I am in love with it. It is exactly my vision, exactly what I wanted up here. It looks so pretty, and I'm very pleased with the project itself. As I mentioned, it's not perfect, but I did it. I managed to get it done. The next part of this project was to replace our current curtain situation. As you can see from this clip, we had gray ones up. It has bothered me for years that they were a gray and not more of a grayish or a beige color, because it just threw off the rest of the room. So my husband took down the curtain rod and all the brackets, filled up all the holes, gave it all a quick paint touch up, and reinstalled our curtain rod about 3 inches higher, because what I decided to do was use these clip systems that I had purchased from IKEA. I've had them probably in my stash for about 5 years. Totally forgot I had them. But because these curtains, which are from Amazon, they had a back tab on them, and it made it very difficult to use them. I didn't like the way they were hanging, so I thought I would give this a try. And because we were using this system, it made the curtains a lot longer. That's why we needed to raise the height of our curtain rod. These were so easy to put together and to clip onto the curtains, and they made a world of difference in how the curtains operated. They were easier to open and close, but not only that, they gave the curtains such a high-end look, and I just love the way they turned out. I probably spaced the rings about every 5 to 6 inches apart, because these are 54-inch wide panels. So I did about 5 to 6 inches apart. I think there's about 8 rings per panel on this. and what a difference it made to the look of these curtains and also how well they operated. And I will leave a link to these curtains down in the description box. They were from Amazon, just in case you're interested in checking them out for yourself. It cost me around $100 for 2 packages, and each package came with 2 panels in them, and they were 54 inches wide by 84 inches long. Pretty standard for a curtain panel. And these are room darkening, so they do have a rubberized backing on the back. The only complaint I really have about them is when they came, they were extremely wrinkled and very hard to iron out. I don't have a steamer, so yes, I had to resort to ironing. Now that the major projects are done in this room, it's time to add in a few little accessories here and there, just to add in some whimsy and some coziness to the space, bring in some spring freshness as well. And I'm just going to be shopping my own home for elements around my house that I can use here that I think will complement the new wallpaper and the new curtains. And first thing I brought in was this beautiful jug that I have used in many different parts of my home, and added in some of those beautiful cosmos there, and just another decorative element. Over here on the TV stand, it's one that I sometimes struggle with what to do with it. So for now, I'm just bringing in this basket that I had with some greens and this beautiful hydrangea that I had, and I thought it was perfect to complement the cosmos over on the other dresser, and I thought the colors worked so well here. And over on my side of the bed, I thought I would bring in some more cosmos and bring in some little freshness. Ideally, I will be adding in some fresh flowers eventually, but having just gone through another snowstorm, I was not about to get out and get any fresh flowers. But eventually I will add some fresh flowers throughout the summer. And here I'm using just a little trinket dish next to my bedside table. This little silver dish is again from my mother-in-law's collection that she left us. And I thought it would be perfect next to my bed to add in some jewelry and my rings at the end of the night. And then I had this room freshener. It's a lavender scent and it is so beautiful. So I thought I would place that beside my bed just to remind me to occasionally spray the room and just bring in that lovely lavender scent. Over on my husband's side, I don't usually add any decor, but I thought I would add in this candle that I had. It's actually a pumpkin scent. I love this one. This candle smells delicious, but again, the color of the candle I thought was perfect to go with the cosmos and that beautiful hydrangea on the other side of the room. Now here to my bed, I'm just going to add in some old pillow cushion covers that I have had for a number of years. They were off Amazon, and I loved this black and white floral print just because I felt with everything else going on in the room, the black and white would ground the space a little better. And then in front of it, I'm just going to add in this other little pillow in this other brownish color, again to complement the cosmos and that beautiful hydrangea. And I think it all turned out so beautiful. I love the way this room has come together. It's exactly how I had envisioned it. For now, I'm not going to add in any artwork above the bed onto the wallpaper. I just want to enjoy it as is. And with a quick spritz added to the flowers and the greenery and then onto the curtains, here is how the room all came together in the end. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. I hope this video gave you a little inspiration to make your space feel more like you without spending a lot. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any more easy ideas to decorate and organize your home. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, check out one of these videos next. Until next time, happy decorating!